right now. I will invite Dr. Isa Muhammad Umar to give us opening prayer before I say anything.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Can we say 10 salats or salawat ala Rasul? Read Surah Al-Fatiha once. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما اللهم يا معلم إبراهيم علمنا ويا مفهم سليمان فهمنا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من
Thank you, Dr. Isa Muhammad Idris, for this prayer. Let me start by acknowledging and showing gratitude to what Khairun University has been doing to us for these few months. We really appreciate, and we wish that our relationship, our positive and impactful relationship, will continue to exist. While we are waiting for the chairman of the occasion and our host, Professor Abdul Rashid Garba, we are going to start with reading, our normal monthly reading, and I will invite Malam Zahraddin Ibrahim Kalla to chair the reading session. So the reading session, I will not ask you to chair the occasion, but I know you will chair the reading session. So you have the floor, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to Kano Creative Writers Forum in collaboration with Khairun Khalifa Shiakarabi University here in Kano. Last month, this very important university hosted Kano for the amended edition of Creative Writers Forum in this university, which was very, very interesting. Though I was not around, but I followed the program via WhatsApp and YouTube channels in courtesy of Abba Musa Idris, and I found it very, very interesting. So this month we are going to have another package of Creative Writers Forum, where we are going to take the same Malam Abba Musa Idris. He will give a talk on reading as a tool for creating, let's say, tool for improving our creative writing. How can you improve? How can you develop creative writing? It's going to be reading. If you are an avid reader, this can help you to develop skill on creative writing. And you know, creative writing is still very lucrative. One can keep living on writing. So the person who is going to chair, originally who is going to chair the occasion was Professor Ibrahim Kano. But this morning he lost someone, so he will not be here. And Malan Ismail Bala, our former chairman, was asked to share the occasion. But because he got the information very late, he is now on his way to this place. So now, instead of waiting, since in our agenda we are going to have a reading from our participants. If you have short stories, poems, and play, we are going to take it the way we used to do it at the Creative Writers Forum in Anna. And secondly, after the reading, we are going to take the presentation. So now the door is open. We are going to start the first session, which is presentation of poems, short stories. If any, there is any here. So I will start with a short story. Title, no, the title, there's no title, it's just a short story from what I have. Sumaya Sabo Ado. I was not given the title, but here it is short story. Aja Sumaya, you are invited.
The Association of Nigerian Authors, members and officials, librarian, my special guest of honor, good morning to you all. My name is Sumaya Sabo Ado, and I'm here to present a short story titled A Hectic Day. David was a young, handsome, tall man. One good morning, he woke up feeling as bright as ever, so he decided to take a stroll. As he was walking, he saw Galileo Galilei beside him and suddenly stopped out of surprise. Galileo looked at him and said, "Young man, did your momentum abruptly approach to zero upon detecting my presence, perhaps triggered by surprise?" David was shocked and couldn't say anything. He left immediately to save himself out of the embarrassment. Though he walked past Galileo, he was still thinking of the incidents. Suddenly, he tripped over something invisible and fell into the mud. There, he met Antoine Lavoisa. "Oh no, watch out for that precipitate of embarrassment. Let me help you neutralize the impact. We don't want your dress to undergo an irreversible degradation reaction." As David got up, he quickly left again. "What is happening today? I just decided to take a walk, but everything is messed up," he said without knowing that an English professor had him. The professor turned to him and said, "It seems that's the standard procedure. You have to refine your skills to learn and respond." Right now, he was shocked, and then he went back home and walked up to his elder brother and said, "Today I was triggered by surprise upon detecting Galileo's presence, which made my momentum approach to zero. I was shocked, so I tripped, and Antoine Lavoisa helped me neutralize the impact. That's what happened today, so I refined my skills and learned to grow. That is the art of science." He didn't just listen, he learned and grew to grow stronger and more resilient. So thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Malama Sumaya Sabo Ado, for this very interesting short story titled Hectic Day, which I will just look at it as a kind of work similar to children literature, where it will encourage young people to be an avid reader and always learn something new. It just reminds me of Professor Aliyu Kamal. Those who are in another WhatsApp group, when you posted something in our group, if you are a newcomer, Professor Aliyu Kamal will always advise, revise, and revise. So you are welcome. we are going to take discussions after maybe like 4 presentation. Then the next presentation is another short story from Joeria Sabo Ado, being a sister to Sumaya. Joeria.
Good morning to you all. I'm Joria Saba Ado by name. I'm here to read for you a story named The Wonder of Nature. A decent man from a middle-class family was Malam Audu by name. One night, he forgot to sleep under mosquito's net, on which many mosquitoes bitten him, and that led him to suffer from malaria. Malam Audu was taken to the hospital immediately by his elder brother, Malam Rufai. In the patient's room, Malam Audu's doctor, Dr. Labaram Kamis Shu'aib, grabbed an empty syringe and extracted blood from Malam Audu's body. The doctor set the place to extract the blood before they extract it. Injection continues for 3 days, and Malam Abdul seemed to understand something. A doctor must make some arrangement before simply extracting body from one's body. After full recovery, Malam Rufai called on many friends of theirs to celebrate Malam Abdul's recovery. When the friends arrived, though it isn't all the friends that showed up, Malam Abdul and Rufai were delighted seeing them as they welcomed them with a warm smile. Sanu, Sanu, they greeted. As everyone was settled in silence, Malam Abdul broke the ice. I noticed one of the wonders of nature during my period of suffering. Can you imagine a situation whereby mosquito has better techniques than a doctor? One of their friends asked, Malam Abdul, make it clear for us. What do you mean? Malam Audu said, a mosquito extracts blood from one's body within seconds and can even transfer its weight to a body within the second. But a doctor must do that, start this, finish that before simply extracting body from your body. Isn't this a wonder? The people there laughed. Kai Malam Abdu, you are indeed hilarious. Malam Abdu said, yes, that is what confused me, wallahi. Sometimes even it takes the doctor more than 2 minutes to just simply extract blood from one's body. But a mosquito does that within seconds. Isn't this a wonder? Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Julia Salvador, for another interesting story. I'm sure from these 2 presentations, one can know that we have very talented people who needs very little push for their work to be compete with even international writers. Because from this, it reminds me a writing from Madam Professor Farooq Sarkin Pada, who always, he writes on his professions. Now, because our chairman of the occasion is around, we are going to rush. I will call the next presenter, but this time around we are going to take a point from Nafisa Sabo Ado from the same family. Listen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. The Association of Nigerian Authors, members and officials, the librarian, the CSO, my special guests of honor, good morning to you all. I'm here to present 2 poems to you. The first one, My Father. I'm sure everyone thinks of their father as the best, and I am no exception. I also see my father as the bravest man, strong and unyielding. When people choose amazing words to describe their father, I always find myself speechless. It's not because he is less than other fathers. It's just that any word I chose, I find him higher and stronger than the word. Sincerely speaking, if not for my father's amazing personalities, all my achievements wouldn't have been possible. I would have been a sore loser. My father is my star, the man guiding me further. He is the man who bleeds to strengthen my feathers just to see me reach far. I'm sure I'll never be able to pay him back, even if it's with my wealth, health, and life. He can sacrifice everything for me. So how will I even think I can pay him back? The second poem is titled Library and Librarians. It's said that in the modern world, many use technology devices to get knowledge instead of books, but they aren't aware that's a big mistake. Libraries hold a lot of knowledge, more than any other place. Even the modern artificial intelligence, because libraries are human intelligence. Before AI was created, a lot of human experience was required because nothing can surpass the human brain in terms of intelligence. Ever wondered why librarians are so intelligent? Has it ever occurred to you that it's because they are surrounded by books, surrounded by a lot of intelligence? If to say librarians compete in quiz, who do you think will win? Librarians that are surrounded by books or technologies that depend on human knowledge? Thank you all for listening and your attention.
Uh, that was another presentation of poem titles My Father and the Library and Modern World from Nafisa Sabo Ado. With all this presentation, we can say they have the talent and the skill, but they only need uh, someone to guide them and polish their works. Because if you look at the presentation, for instance, the point now, Malam Ismail is here. The poetic devices, in the poem are liking, but the stuff are here. So I'm sure if they continue to attend this important gathering, they will put through on how to use these poetic devices so that the use of imageries, because in a modern world, you are talking about AI now. So even AI, if you Google AI, you put it something, it will give you observations. If you put your work, it will give you observations on all these things that you need to. But it's not just to go direct to AI. You need someone who is better equipped on how to even use the AI, or who knows how to use the poetry so that he can guide you to do well. But that with Sunday is another interesting work. The next presentation is titled The Revolutionary by Ali Baba Usman. I don't know whether if it is a poem or short story, but it's around Alan Ali.
Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Chairman, fellow members, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually a poem. So the title of the poem is Revolutionary. Once again, my name is Ali Baba Usman. So the poem goes like this. Being a revolutionary in Guild Age demands sweat, tears, and blood. With every passing moment, in every fleeting hour, each day brings forth the weight of repulsive memories instigated by cruel leaders who are at the beck and calls of the masterful administrators. He stands as a man of honor and integrity, vocal, eloquent, and elegant. His pen wield power, his words a masterpiece, a true aficionado of written art. Saadu Zungur, an enduring hero whose legacy transcends ages. He bends over backwards to fight ignorance, clouding the masses and liberating them from the shackles of colonialists. He inspired young minds and favored by the oppressed. with his vision. Despite his zeal, he faced vicious criticisms and bitter punishments in the hands of rulers with hasty, superficial judgments. He was accused of intrigue and suffers human rights oppression. His commitment and services to the masses made his name whispered across the north, raising him above hate and elevating his glory. Unfortunately, being on the other side of the coin, the opposition, braced by the rulers, trampled his legacy, darkened his image, and concealed his glory from the young generation. Yet, death cannot silence his impact. The torch was passed on, and his legacy lives for generations.
Thank you very much, Malam Ali Baba Osman, for this revolutionary write-up in honor of Malam Saadu Zungur. I will invite the last presenter, who is Hamza, with the poem title is Teaching a Profession. So after the presentation, we are going to take questions, comments, and input from the participant of the program.
Good day to you all. I am Hamza by name, standing before you to represent a forum. Is teaching a profession. It goes like this. They say a free and democratic society. They say a just and egalitarian society. They say a united, strong and self-reliant nation. They say a great and dynamic economy. They say a land full of bright opportunities for all citizens. They say to dream big, but do they say how long? They say a dream big, but we say how big. They say a dream comes, but we say how comes when teaching and teachers are cheated. Why such a beautiful, dirty, dusty, dilapidated buildings? Why such a small percentage on education? Why always comes a meager payment? I'm asking and asking for us to cheat our younger generation, for it to have no educated masses, for us to lower our expectations, for us to lower our voices. Then the answer, aren't you teachers? Teaching contentment? Don't be greedy. Back to your classes or be dismissed with no pension. So, just be patient. Your rewards fall from heaven. Alas, such a mere mythical motivation. They say to dream big, but we say how long? When teaching and teachers' rewards will be landed. Is teaching really a profession or really a frustration? Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Madam Hamza, for this wonderful and very interesting point, which came in no better time than this time, when, even at our universities now we are fighting for the system. The lecturers, the students are paying for the system. I'm sure we are going to hear from participants. Now the door is open for those who want to comment, critiques the work of writers that presented their writings today. But, the rule is always one, that if you want to criticize, comment, first it is going to be forwarded to the high table, even though the high table is not there. Secondly, you criticize or you critique the work of the person, not his personality, but his work. So now the door is open for any person. So, Madam Sani Abbas, Scholar, you can come forward, please. Huh? Madam Scholar, before you take up, the chairman will want to announce.
I think, thank you for listening. I think before we start taking observation, I will now invite, first of all, I would invite Mala Ismail Bala, our teacher and former chairman of ANA, to high table. Right. Yes, you are going to sit close to our dear Vice Chancellor, who is going to join us later, and also Malam Zaharuddin Khalla. Please, can you join him in the high table? I would also like to invite Dr. Isa Muhammad Inwa to sit with them. These are our veterans. Don't mind. Yes, I think others can take their place. That is how life is. Madam Sana Abba Scholar, you have the clue.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, all. Mine is actually to appreciate all the presented works, especially the presenter of Revolutionary. I actually want to thank him. I want to thank him for reminding us about the legacies of Malam Saadu Zungur, who is still yet to be understood by the younger generation, based on his philosophy and so forth. Secondly, I want to express my sincere appreciation to the presenter of his teaching a profession. He has actually almost saved my mind as a teacher. I have been teaching for over 20 years. So he has almost saved my mind, and I especially admire his courage of speaking truth to power. Because if you look at the poem, you know who he is referring to. Thank you very much.
So, any comments, questions? Okay. Dr. Isa Mama Inua.
I think I too will join the first speaker in appreciating the presentations all through. They have really tried their best, and specifically I will talk on two points. That by Ali Baba Usman. I appreciate his creativity and his effort to remind us of the past and the rich past, the beneficial past, the very our historic background that we're supposed to emulate. That is Saadu Zungur. For those who don't know Saadu Zungur was the mentor of Amin Kano. You know, Amin Kano himself was a very big figure very revolutionary in politics. You can see the center here in Kano, named after him. But Saadu Zungur was the mentor of Amin Kano. He was in Bauchi. They were, in those days, they were of your age, very young. So you can see the poem contained praises, his quality. Number one, he is full of revolutionary jargons. So the youth of those days, you are supposed to emulate them. Look at how he praised him with these qualities. He was revolutionary, man of honor, integrity, and elegance. His pen was powerful. Hmm? He was enduring hero, vocal, eloquent. But the youth of today are, what I can say, they are full of or obsessed with the love of soccer, football. You understand? All you are chatting and whatever your effort is to watch football, Premier League and all, and you memorize all the names and the clubs, and even the food they eat, where they visit, their girlfriends, you know the nature of their life. How, if you can use that intellect, I mean that, and turn it into positive and meaningful things. So, and only one correction, what I want to draw your attention, you said, he fights ignorance, clouding the masses. Why not say beclouding the masses? Secondly, is teaching a profession? Here, he really scratched where it is itching me. Ya so samin inda yake mini kaikayi, because I am a teacher. Your poem is beautiful and it flows very well. And it is also, it contains of imageries and even graphology. What we mean by graphology, the way you write with indentation, with comma, with punctuation, and some of the words. Look at how he blow big in a big size. You understand? And somewhere he reduced the size. That also is part of style. We call it graphology. So you keep it. I think I will advise other poets to borrow a leaf from him. Thank you.
Oh, maybe if you can take him and another person, then we can run off for the session.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Actually, the presenter of the poem is teaching a profession. Actually, the poem is breathtaking and exciting. Is teaching a profession? Actually, teaching is a profession, but to me, teaching is not financially rewarding in Nigeria. It's not financially rewarding. Let me tell you one story. Yesterday, I visited a friend of mine. I pay condolences visit to him. He lost his father. Wallahi tallahi, there is one school in Ungogo local government. The name of the school is Sabor Doka. Wallahi, no chairs in the whole school. It's dilapidated, old, dirty. And we want our brothers and sisters to be educated. There is one story of mine. I did attend a public school, a primary school, Islamia school. My father sent me to Ahmadiyya College, one of the first private school, Muslim private school in Kano. Wallahi, I couldn't speak English. I couldn't understand anything because the background at that time in 1991 is totally poor. Consider the situation of education nowadays. And they are saying that they want us to be readers. Wallahi, it's disheartening. Wallahi, it worries me a lot to see that our younger brothers cannot read, cannot write. We find it very difficult to speak English. Please and please, I'm urging you to help our younger brothers. Keep teaching them. Wassalamu alaikum.
So maybe you will be the last person. so that we can take the remaining presentation after Malan Abba Musa Idris.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I am so happy with all the write-off by the presenters and even the poem they have wrote. I also moved by the poem written by Hamza, which is teaching a profession. Actually, teaching is a profession and also it's a rewarding profession. Why do I say it is a rewarding profession? Because it is not a worldly rewarding. Whoever embark in teaching, don't expect that he can be rewarded in the world, because your reward is beyond the worldly. That is why those that are engaged in teaching have passion in it, and they expect their reward from God. And whoever his reward is with the God, he has a larger and good reward. Don't expect your reward from somebody in the world, because even the prophets that pass, they are all teachers, and also they come to enlighten us with knowledge. That is why I appreciate these writing, and don't stop being engaging in teaching, because we founded what we call a legacy that will not be erased. Thank you very much.
So we are through from taking comment. It's only that I will invite Malan Ismail Bala to say something on the works presented.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I don't have much to say. As usual, anybody who knows what I've been up to during occasions like this will bear witness to the fact that I always emphasize wide reading, not just for people who write, but for every other person who is interested in developing himself. I only want to pass across an information quickly. In a few days, there's going to be second edition of Kano International Poetry Festival. And this year they have something really remarkable. They are going to host what they call Poetry Clinic. Last year's edition, they had a poetry workshop, which I and my friend Dr. Ola gave. Now this year, I'm also on the same poetry team, but they are not going to do a conventional workshop. They are going to do what they call poetry clinic, which is like having feedback by someone up there on your work. I'm going to be one of the consultant. I don't know the right word to use. I'm going to be one of the people who will give the feedback. It works like this. They call for application. You submit your poem, and they select some poems, and they send it to us, and we will read the poem. And then during the poetry clinic, you will be given one-on-one feedback on your work. So I will, before the end of this program, I will find out whether the window is still open. If the window is still open, I urge you to apply. And another company here in Kano, the Search Space, they told me, though it's not public, but I should tell you, that they are also going to host some kind of a workshop for a P this time around. I have been saying that you are fortunate, because Kano in previous years, they had been organizing free workshop, which were, well, not poorly attended, but not well patronized. People took it for granted. And I said that this kind of workshop, in some places, they are done for a fee, for payment. You will have to pay. Now this company is going to organize, after the Kano Poetry Festival, they are going to organize a workshop for a small token. So I will urge you to, whenever there is an opportunity like this, whether it's free or whether you are going to pay for it, you should endeavor as creatives to see that you have attended such kind of program. That's the only thing I will say for now. The rest of what I intend to say at the commencement of the second segment of this program, I will say it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we have come to the end of the first session. We are moving to the second session, but still we have a number of entries who want to present their work. But we agreed that after the second session, which is going to be a lecture by Abba Musa Idris, so we are going to come back and take the second presentation. Now, as I announced earlier, that Professor Ibrahim Bello Kano, who's supposed to chair the session, he lost someone, and he will not be able to attend this important gathering. So in his absence, Mala Ismail Bala will serve as a chair of the session. So now, for the second time, Mala Ismail Bala, you are going to come and give your address as a chairman of the session. Then Abba Musa Idris can be invited. You will invite Madam Abba for his presentation. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again. I said I will reserve some of my comments